And we're back. People deluded. I'm back again. First things first. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. Please make sure you're smashing the like button. Hope you and everybody tuned in is doing well and safe, and obviously your loved ones. Now, would you go with Gyokeres or Kai Havertz against Chelsea? Apparently, there's some more injury concerns where Arsenal Football Club's concerned. And I must be honest, I want the League Cup. Of course, I would, if you were to offer me all four trophies, I'd want all four. But if we had to break them down, you lot know my thoughts. I'd rather the champs over the Prem. I think the players need the Prem more than the champs owing to, the last few years. But Prem and champs, FA Cup, League Cup. But we've got no divine right to throw cups because we haven't been winning them. A football career is short, and you look at the amount of active footballers to those that actually win silverware, it's not guaranteed. It could be a springboard. You never know. Getting a taste out there, assuming we obviously do what needs to be done, not just against Chelsea across two legs, but regardless of if it's City or Newcastle, it could give us a bit of a boost. The fans are loving it at Wembley. We're at Wembley. Our efforts aren't in vain. That could give another spring in your step for the season, if I'm honest. And it might save a bit of face for Mikel Arteta. I say yes to that, and I also say no. I say yes to that because some of you are very shameless. This ain't me trying to defend Arteta. It is what it is. When last season ended, and you were seeing Spurs win, Newcastle win, Crystal Palace win, and obviously we won nothing. People weren't trying to hear nothing. They're saying at the end of the day, a trophy is a trophy. So if he rocks up with a League Cup, those people that were saying that would have to shut up. Clearly, a League Cup isn't going to save any face. We want the two major ones. We want to win everything, like every club that's able to do stuff apart from Man United. They're the only team that don't have a snowball's chance of any bit of silverware. Mathematically, they might be able to win the Premier League, but yeah, it's not realistic. So yeah, smash the like button. Let me know your starting 11 in relation to Arsenal and Chelsea. We're going to go over the press conference and all of that. A man said, oh shit, DG in the building. What you saying, Snowman DG or Dr. Umar DG? Riley, give it a rest, mate. Give it a rest, lad. Give it a rest. Arteta said Calafiori and Hincapié are out for weeks. Saliba struggling, no mascara. Damn. I'm just going to wait till the match tomorrow, innit? Because Mikel Arteta could be telling the truth. He could be telling little white lies. Sometimes, we always say this, sometimes he makes you believe a player's not going to be there, they're there. Sometimes he makes you believe they're going to be there and then they're not. Who knows? Regardless, if we, for Arteta, if you truly believe in the squad, you've got to make it happen, people. So yeah, man, we're gonna go through all of that. But I love hearing what you lot have to say. Mo Arsenal, appreciate you, my boy. Smash the like button. Rob, you're far too kind. You're always here. As the man has said, hit the like button on the way in and subscribe if you haven't. Hope everybody's doing well. Norgard to be centre back. Didn't put a foot wrong against Portsmouth. Obviously, a championship side and a Premier League side, it's a completely different test. But I'm sure Norgard would be relishing it for a number of reasons. I genuinely feel I don't like where I look at Norgard, Miles Lewis Skelly, Wanyeri. If you're not necessarily getting football, like Miles Lewis Skelly might not want to play left back. I know he doesn't play right wing anymore, but Wanyeri might not want to be a right winger. Eze might not want to play left wing. Norgard might not want to play centre half. But you see, when you're not playing, I don't know about them, but I would take anything really and truly. That's better than being on the bench. And he didn't put a foot wrong. It is what it is, man. Like, we're going to have to get on with it, man. Agree, the trophy is a trophy, but we all know with Arsenal, rival fans will move the goalposts either way. You're right, man. And you know what? Riley is a Spurs fan as well, but he's clearly a logical individual. For those that don't know who Riley is, big up the Twitch gang. Make sure you subscribe with Amazon Prime. This is where I always say, yeah, I believe football is for all of us. It don't matter what club you support. We can have a laugh, a joke, we can banter, we can be a bit shameless. And also on top of that, we can have a balanced discussion. I feel football rhetoric, everything is too white and black, fighting for 5 minutes of fame, extreme opinions. And I would say for Arsenal fans, obviously, football means a lot to us. Our clubs mean a lot to us, regardless of what team you support. Stop biting at it. Whether they're right or wrong, I get it. It feels like somebody's telling you to SYM and whatnot, but these people are disingenuous. They're not going to give Arsenal a fair trial and hold us accountable to what we need to be accountable for, give us our excuses and our luxuries where due. So I think Arsenal fans need to stop biting at it, man. We know what time it is. Ask for a team that ain't won a Premier League in 20-odd years. The manager's a novice and a cold man. We're set piece FC. We're so boring. We're this, we're that. We're the third. I sure see headlines every week regarding my football club, and we know it. If they don't talk about Arsenal Football Club, a lot of YouTube accounts are getting shut. A lot of media houses are not paying their bills. The game's the game. All they care about is engagement, because when they look at the back end, people, and you could say this for all football, actually, when they look at the back end, all they're going to see is average view duration, views time, engagement, impressions. It's all in the green. It's not even about being right and wrong. It should never be about right and wrong. But I just pray for a day where we can just have honest football discussion and a bit of balance, man, rather than the nonsense we see on the TV that we all pay a lot of money for, or the internet, people. But Riley, the chat, everybody knows that's not pardon me, changing anytime soon, man. John, one love, man. What are you saying, my boy? Afternoon, DG. Glock will start, but he's really under pressure now, but mostly from Gabriel Jesus more so than Kai. But in about 2 weeks, I think Kai will be starting. The thing with Kai, and we got to remember, yeah, and I'm again, spoiler alert, turn on your notification bells. I've got a video coming out about the Bournemouth lad, Krupti. In the next 24 hours, I'm actually going to do an in-depth video around scoring goals and things of that ilk, because it's actually quite interesting, you know. And I have to big up you lot, because I uploaded a YouTube short and on TikTok. Follow on my TikTok platform, people. Can we get to 2K? It's in the description. It started as just a general video, and I was not shocked, because shock's not the right word, but a lot of you lot's thoughts and just comments and stuff. I was like, right, you know what? I was just casually browsing. Let me just go and look and see what's going on. And I went down a bit of a rabbit hole. So there'll be a video out. We got to remember with Kai Havertz, though, he's played on, at the time of making this video and being live with you lot, 56 minutes. He's had 2 big injuries off the back of last season. He's played 56 minutes. I know there's probably going to be a clamour for Kai Havertz, because there's some people that move like he's mad rubbish. I do think there's a revision of history. People move like he's Dennis Bergkamp, Robin Van Persie, where the truth's in the middle in that. I wouldn't describe Kai Havertz as a clinical footballer, but you look in the last few years, he's been at this club. He's been a lot more clinical than a lot of the attackers. So if I'm saying that about him, what does that mean for his teammates? What does that mean for everyone? And I think there's a lot of us Arsenal fans where, listen, I think we're all getting bored of talking about the obvious with Gyokeres. There's certain things he can be accountable for. There's certain excuses you can give him. There's certain non-excusables you can give him. There's certain question marks about Mikel Arteta and everything that's going on. But I think we're at this stage where, all right, we're doing this false nine thing. Kai Havertz understands the system. We kind of know what we're getting. Mentally, Kai Havertz is probably in a better state. Gyokeres is rightly or wrongly feeling sorry for himself, and we want to put our arm around him. We want to give him all the support we can, as we should. But unfortunately, the collective comes first. We haven't got time to coddle anyone like a lost child in a supermarket. We're trying to do what we need to do in it. So that's probably the clamour for Kai. But again, as we kind of, it's probably less so exaggerated with Kai, because he weren't out as long as Gabriel Jesus. But remember, they were doing this around Jesus, and Jesus looked impactful and full of life them initial times he was coming back from injury. When he started to start games, you could see that he's not quite there, even down to the pressing, if I'm honest. So Kai Havertz been out for played 56 minutes, been out for the best part of the season. We ain't seen him since August, give or take, with the exception of obviously the cameo against Portsmouth. We've got to take time, but it can change and can change rapidly. And it's one thing, man, getting back, but we need to take it time. We need to take our time, because you come back, you play a bunch of games, you've been out for a while. This is when you start getting hamstring knocks and groin fires and all of these kind of things, like you saw with Benjamin White, like you probably see at Manchester City with Rodri following his return from that long injury, people. So we've got to take time, man. Battle, appreciate you, man. Deluded salute, one of the realest Arsenal fans. Appreciate you, my boy. Appreciate you. And appreciate Nems and Claudius and everybody else tuned in. I'd rather risk Saliba for this leg and rest him against Forest. Oh, I hear that, but I disagree, you know. If it comes down to it, and it's mad because you lot know I've been frontline. I'm not happy with the performances at Stamford Bridge. We're in the semi-finals, you know. A ball ain't been kicked, but you're 2 games away from being in the final, 3 games away from silverware. People can say what they want about Chelsea. I know I'm all for bantering them, but they are a top club. They're one of the best clubs in the Premier League. You do need to take it seriously. But with that being said, though, I disagree. If there's a chance to take a risk, I'd rather take the risk against Nottingham Forest, man. I think that's going to be a much tougher game than people are giving credit for, if I'm completely honest with you. You got to remember, from a footballing point of view, we've probably got first world problems. Like we're crying about not winning leagues and not necessarily scoring goals. And even though on paper we're scoring goals, they're fighting for survival. Manager's job is on the line. Couple, you know, if they get relegated, star players are gone. People might not be playing in the Premier League. There's some rumors off topic with Elliot Anderson to City, man. It must be nice having all that money, man. But yeah, man, come on, Kelly. Thanks for the advice as well. Let my bro know what to get. Appreciate you, my boy. Appreciate you. If we were to win the cup, the feeling, the momentum, the belief will rise and get us through the rest of the competitions. It will give us some momentum. I wouldn't go that far, because the finals in, forgive me if I'm wrong, February, March, there's a lot of football to be said, but you do get a bit of a monkey off your back in that, yeah, you finally won a trophy. All the blood, sweat and tears has kind of been worth it. Again, I've never been a professional footballer, but if I was at Arsenal, provided we win the League Cup, I might look around at my teammates like, oh, like, the fans are going mad. We're at Wembley. Imagine what it feels like to win a Prem. Imagine what it feels like to win a Champs. Imagine and I genuinely feel as well. I ain't got no data to back this, but like I'm sure City and Liverpool, when they had Jurgen Klopp, they were picking up a number of these league cups, and obviously seeing what Pep's done at City, you know what Klopp did. You just wonder what that could do for us, because I think everything at this football club is geared towards winning, but actually winning now. I genuinely think that is where we're going. People can laugh and stuff, but if you understand team building and sports, and it's not just an Arsenal thing, all the things that social media was killing Arteta for, the Anfield speakers and pickpockets and all of that. Anyone that understands team building in a 9 to 5, let alone football, you understand why you do those things and the culture it creates and stuff. Everything has been geared towards winning, but now it's time to get over the line. The players say it, the manager says it. Yes, big up you lot that were here yesterday. We read the article with Mertesacker leaving. What did Richard Garlick say? And I don't even specifically know his role. He's CEO or some don like that. He said we're trying to win major honours. Josh Kroenke, that is, whenever he comes out, says the same thing. So it's over the line business now, man. It's over the line business. I might say big up DG. Very unique quality. So good. Some people won't get that. The momentum, Arsenal/Arteta win silverware. They will call him a checkbook Stoke manager. Call him what you want. Call him what you want. As long as but this is what I mean. They can say what they want about the guy. Be as disingenuous about my football club and about this manager and about my players as much as you want. You think, I don't know about you lot, but I don't give a flying fuck. If we win a Prem, a Champs, or some silverware and they're doing all of this, that's their business. You do that. Pass me the ANF. We're celebrating. Who cares? I'm not saying anyone's doing this, but they've never liked us. They will never like us. There's one rule for our football club. There's 20 more for others. Martinelli, the way they're moving is like he got a gun and shot Conor Bradley and everything else. Even when he got his hat trick, you're seeing the tabloids come out and say, oh, he's in the headlines for the right reasons. Like, I embrace the hate. Fuck him. Fuck them. The Invincibles weren't like. The Man United sides weren't like. The City sides weren't like. The Chelsea sides weren't like. Half of the athletes that are revered and held in high regards, whether it's football or individual sport, they're actually not liked at the time, you know. Muhammad Ali was not liked for obvious reasons, you know, so on and so forth, man. So it's just win. Call him a checkbook manager. Say what the hell you want. Like, that's not unique to Arteta. The goalposts always move. You know, Ferguson did everything at Man United. Oh, he underachieved in Europe. Arsene Wenger, you should have done this, you should have done that, you should have done the third. Jose, you was negative. Pep, you're a checkbook manager. You know, all of these things are said. There's always something in it. There's always some goalpost. We win the Prem. Oh, it's taking you a while now. I bet you can't retain it. Obviously, we've never shown we've retained it. That's the area I want to go to. We win the Champs. You've only got one. Fuck them. Honest to God, pardon my French, because it is 3 o'clock. You know, the school kids, you lot are probably on your school runs. Big up to you lot, man. Raya, White, Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, Zubimendi, Rice, Eze, Trossard, G14, classification, Gyokeres, Saka. I mean, I just don't know, man. It has thrown me off a bit with the whole injury stuff. We're going to get into that. But I'm enjoying you lot's conversations. Garnacho is a better striker than Gyokeres. I'll take your word for that, man. Isaac has been worse. João Pedro been wank. Arsenal strikers in general aren't deadly. We've been knowing this. Kai and Jesus don't move the defense. Victor does. I think that's a big reason we've been winning games. Going back, Kai will be taking a step back. Victor will get us over the line. A part of me feels I'm at the point, because of where we're at with Gyokeres, you know, for your confidence, take out the firing line. Kai Havertz or Gabriel Jesus, you understand the system. We know what we're getting. Maybe against tired legs, Gyokeres gets a bit more space and a bit more joy. Currently, I don't think it's going to have to be a collective effort. I don't look at a player at this moment in time in the attack and think you can get us over the line like that. Really, like we ain't like last season. Obviously, Liverpool were good, but Salah was doing his thing. We ain't really got that. At best, it's Trossard on paper, in my humble opinion. Els, big up yourself. Hope you're doing well. Kai and Jesus have kept us second best. Fair enough. Give me that cup. I want it all. Trust. Half haven't hit the like button. Let's fix that. Come on. To a certain age group who were too young to remember, your legend Henry took his time to settle and became the man we all wanted to be as a youth. I say that to say Glock 9 has barely landed in England. Let the man become accustomed to the league at least before writing him off. That being said, I don't think his overall game is helping his cause. You said it all there, man. You said it all there. I couldn't care less if we only score corners, run the trophy. These men will be baffled when we clear up. It's interesting. Some people want to see better performances, but also say if Arteta doesn't win anything, he needs to go. This season is all about results, no matter the individuals anymore. We have to audit the individuals and audit the performances, but I'm saying that I agree with you. I second that. It's just about over the line business. It's not taking lazy views. We review the 90 minutes, whether we've done well or not, but it is bottom line, getting through in competitions, getting 3 points on the board. And I was going to make a video about this. I'm actually disappointed with a lot of Arsenal fans, especially those with a social media presence. It's not to say we all have to agree. We need to blindlessly accept and everything and whatnot. But I got the wrong memo. I thought we was coming into this season on the hooligan thing. I thought it was us against the world. And it's not really been that, if I'm honest with you. It's like you called me for war and you've left me on the battlefield and I'm using the radio. The radio's not working. Ain't got no bullets. The enemy's swarming in. I can only stay in this bush for so long. Like, oh man, it is what it is. Why don't we play 4-4-2 and two strikers? I'm not a fan of 4-4-2 in the present day, man. It'd have to be some hybrid thing because if there's one area that these new age managers are really big on, it's that midfield. Typically, we're accustomed to seeing three midfielders, right? Whether it's Arsenal, whether it's other teams, people typically got three man in midfield. I reckon it turns into five. Because what strikers do you see purely just occupying the centre halves? They go into midfield. That now becomes four. Everyone and their dog Everyone and their dog's got an inverted left back or an inverted right back. So now that now becomes a five in midfield. So your two man in midfield is going to get overrun. Of course, you could be narrow. And as I said, it'd have to be some hybrid tweaking thing. It can't be like I'm only 30. It can't be what it would have been like in my childhood, the early 2000s, of where it's literally just a 4-4-2 type of thing. And you'd have to be very narrow, if I'm honest with you. And to be honest with you, and with that, it probably wouldn't even be a 4-4-2 because I'm assuming you might be saying a Gabriel Jesus and a Gyokeres or a Kai and a Gyokeres. Kai, you better get yourself in that midfield, you know? Like, I'm not on it, and especially when we got a high line. I'm not down for it. Ikatike is the guy, man, which is why I want us to go for the Bournemouth lad, because I'm backing Gyokeres. Even if it don't bang for you, Gyokeres, there's a role here. But I do feel that you, Krupti, whatever his name is, that you're the one still. You're the one, man. Like, you lot know I've been waffling about him when he was at Lorient. You'll see a video coming out today. You'll actually see a thumbnail that was made in the summer. I just think he's an instinctive finisher. He's got good foundation. He's young and impressionable. He's just going to cost a shitload of money. You ain't got no chance to get him at least until the summer. Bearing in mind, Bournemouth have lost Semenyo. Back them to replace it because they do well, but they've lost Semenyo. Obviously, they're in a stronger financial position. And for him, you know, you're getting game time, you're developing without any real pressure. And, you know, there's been times he's been on the bench for them. So you'd have to ask someone that's watching Bournemouth on a regular basis. You're not necessarily one of the first names on the team sheet. And he's a bloody good instinctive finisher. The goal against United, the goal against Leeds, the two against Palace, definitely the goal against Arsenal, definitely being in the right place at the right time against Spurs. I got a lot of time for him, man. And I want to. He does remind me of Hugo Ekitike. He does remind me loosely in terms of playing style a bit of Mbappe. He does remind me of you know, obviously with the French ties at Arsenal. I don't need to spell it out to you, in it really. Maybe it's romantic. Modern managers like profiles like Marino Havertz because they can play a second striker / midfielders. You can change from midfield three to a front two in an instant. Exactly. You're more likely to see that. That's as close you're going to get to the 4-4-2 thing, if I'm honest with you. Squad and club in a perfect position. Foundations there. Stability's there. Haters going to hate. Half them rival fan season's already over. Let's keep drinking all their hate. I hear it, man. I hear it. Would you take a draw tomorrow and beat them at the Emirates second leg, or should we go for the win tomorrow? If you're asking me, like, if I get a draw tomorrow, do I back our chances at the Emirates? Yes. I want to go out there to win. Now, we can't go gun-ho, but put the game to bed, man. Like, again, I'm sure Chelsea and their manager, they're playing for pride. They want to win trophies. They want to do whatever. But the language coming out of Chelsea is they're not on taking it seriously. Go out there and just kill the game, man. And I want a performance at Stamford Bridge, man. I can't lie, man. The last 3 years, you lot that have been rocking with me, I've been very critical on our performances at Stamford Bridge. Now, I didn't get that in the Premier League. Hopefully I can get that tomorrow, man. And obviously I'm dream chasing, but if you score 3, 4, 5 tomorrow, that allows you to start resting players and mixing and blending. That's kind of what we need to do. Start killing games so that we can save some legs here and there. 20 minutes here, 10 here, 15 here. Guys that have been out in the cold, they might get a little run out, etc. Again, I don't want to spoil it, but you make sure your notification bells are on in this next 24 to 48 hours. There's a bunch of videos coming out for you lot. So yeah, stats wise, Gyokeres can be argued to be the worst striker in the entire league. It's dark, but hey, we'll get on to Gyokeres, man. Or we won't, but yeah, Saliba and Trossard, nothing serious, but I don't trust Arteta when it comes to fitness. Only he knows. I wish I was a fly on the wall. I don't have a monkeys, man. As I keep saying, he'll run rings around. He'll run absolute rings around you if you try and take too much stock in what the manager's saying about who's going to be there, who's not going to be there, yada, yada, yada. So, as I've been saying for the start of the season, my thing, tomorrow, innit? When I look at that bench and when I look at that 11, we will be doing a watch along. That will tell me everything that I need to know, people. What do you lot make of this as well? Again, I'm whetting the appetite, people. I'm whetting the appetite. Arsenal's top goal scorers this season in all comps. Martinelli has 9. Gyokeres had 7. He can't be that bad. Saka, for all the talk, has 7. Trossard's got 7. Eze's been a bit part player of recent, 5. Same as Marino. Big up own goals. Andrea Berta, solid signing, has come in with 5 goals. Gabriel Magalhaes probably had, I reckon, at least 3 more owing to set pieces, but he's on 4. Rice is on 4. You remember Rice scored against Burnley and West Ham early in the season, went on a bit of a drought and then got the 2 against Bournemouth. Madueke has got 3 goals. None have come in his 12 in the Premier League. Timber's got 3. 2 came against Leeds, I'm sure, in August. And Zubamendi's got 3. Big up Zubamendinho, man. But yeah, what do you lot make of that anyways, people? You lot called me shameless. And I am not Pep Guardiola. I have not achieved anything in the game of football. I'm just an armchair expert. But I said this and you lot killed me for it. Who am I to disagree with arguably the greatest manager in the generation of his generation and in general to have ever managed a football team, people? We won a trophy last season, the Community Shield. I prefer to call it the English Super Cup. I just wanted to bring that up, people, because some of you lot owe me for that. I saw this tweet by AFC_Richard. I don't know if it's real or whatnot, but he said, tomorrow night, Mikel Arteta has the opportunity to end his 2-legged semi-final curse at the 5th attempt. Obviously, we didn't get through against Villarreal. We didn't against Liverpool. We did not against Newcastle. And we did not against PSG. Do we back the manager? Do you take stock in that, people? Because some would say when it gets to the crunch time in the Premier League, it's not just on Arteta, but when it gets to the crunch time in the Premier League, for whatever reason, in the last 3 years, excluding now, we have fallen short. And in cup competitions, we have fallen short. At some point, it's not all the manager, but the nature of the business, it is the manager. So I wanted to know what you lot make of that as well. You are probably starting to see the stuff doing the rounds now. Mikel Arteta apparently has confirmed that both Ricardo Calafiori and Piero Hincapié are unavailable and will not face Chelsea on Wednesday, while there are doubts over the fitness of Saliba and Trossard. What's going on there, man? I don't need to tell you what Saliba brings and what he gives us defensively. And I actually feel of recent, he's really... We know he's good, but you know when someone's so good, then there's been other talking points. You're not really, you're not giving him any flowers. I think he's been deceivably really good, if that makes sense, especially on the ball. Trossard's one of the first names on the team sheet currently with me. Best attacker at the moment. Obviously, big up Miles Lewis-Skelly. He's going to have to shake off that ring rust. I'll back him all the time. But Skelly, you need to give me something to fight the ammunition with, you know. We're going to need that. And obviously... we've only got Miles Lewis-Skelly at left back. We're very close to Timber maybe having to go over there and bringing in Benjamin White in that regards, people. And I'm not just thinking about Chelsea tomorrow. It's Nottingham Forest, it's Inter, it's Real Madrid, it's Man United, so on and so forth, man. You can see where I'm going with this. I need the apologies to be as loud as the disrespect when Gyokeres finds form again, by God's grace, man. Victor built like a budget WWE star. His best qualities right now is touching up defenders to the ground. Gyokeres will always have a friend in me. It's as simple as that. Josh King's cool. He did everything to sign for this club. For me, with you, Gyokeres, though, come the end of next season, it's a squad player thing, my boy, and then we get someone else. But you did everything to sign for my football club, and I'm not going to write you off. That being said, right now, you are a bit of a charity case. You might have to come out the firing line, innit? And I reckon, for what it's worth, Gyokeres probably starts tomorrow, but it wouldn't surprise me if Arteta, despite the fact Kai Havertz only has 56 minutes, if he takes a gamble and he gives him a 45, a 60, probably will start from the bench, if I'm brutally honest. To which, is it too far-fetched? Maybe Gabriel Jesus. I know he got significant minutes against Portsmouth. Don't know, really and truly. Had it have not been Chelsea and it was a smaller club, forgive me, maybe these things would hold more validity, people. And we're going to go over the press conference of our own, people, and look at it with a fine comb. But again, everybody is saying Calafiori and Hincapié are out for tomorrow's game at Chelsea. Saliba and Trossard's doubts. Hincapié's timeline is unclear. Calafiori still has a few weeks to go. Max Dowman and Mascara are evolving well, but have not trained, so they're obviously still a few weeks away. So I did tweak it, but my 11 would have been, I did have Odegaard in there, people. My 11 for tomorrow would be Raya, Gabriel, White as a centre-half, Timber, Miles Lewis-Skelly. Do you, some of you said Norgard. Do you start Norgard as a centre-half? You could with Gabriel. You could, to be fair. You could. Or you could put Timber centre-half. I'd prefer Timber right back and White centre-half, if I'm honest. I go with that back five if you put a gun to my head. You can't rule out Kepa. I just think we need to respect the fact that it's a semi-final. And if this was a semi-final, two-legged tie, the Champions League, which it's not, you're going to play your strongest team available, right? In which, respectfully to Kepa, you can't chat to Raya. There might be the bit between the teeth for Kepa, old club, all that kind of stuff. For some squad players, they could be forgiven for maybe thinking, you know what, boy, Portsmouth away, Chelsea in the League Cup, I might get 2 games on the spin, which isn't always the case. I don't want to approach there with 10 changes. So, Gabriel White, Timber, Miles Lewis, Skelly, Raya. For me, it picks itself. Rice, Zubamendi, Odegaard. I think Odegaard looked good against Portsmouth, and I need you to dictate the tempo of the game. But if it's not working, I'm unhooking you at halftime for Eze. Martin, I'd go with Martinelli based on the fact that he might be pairing. He got a hat trick. Admittedly, I did want to put Eze there. I'm starting Saka. And if it's up to me, you know what? Because I wouldn't normally say this, and I always urge caution, and I back Gyokeres all the way. It's still Gyokeres. I just think some Arsenal fans are weird. Like, because you like Kai, you have to get at Gyokeres, but because you like Gyokeres, you like this guy, and it's the player war stuff. I'm actually going against my own logic. I'm starting Kai, you know. I'm starting him. And again, it's probably not the best and the most advisable. I just think, you know what? Are you even better off going Marino up there if you're not going to start Kai? Do you go Marino? I just think Gyokeres got to come out the firing line a little bit, man, if I'm completely honest. And to be honest, it is a weird one because I don't know what Liam Resner is going to do and how he's going to play. Big up DJ and everyone in the chat. Let's get to 100 likes. Nah, man, Odegaard's been poor start 1 year in the 10. Where's Odegaard been poor? Everybody was poor against Liverpool. The 3-4 games prior, he was spot on. What are we talking about? And he was good against Portsmouth. I'm not starting 1 year tomorrow. I'll be brutally honest. Back him all the way. Would love him to. Did very well against Portsmouth. As I said, it's a semi-final. He put a gun to my head. I'm going out there with what I believe is quote-unquote the strongest team. Eze, I back you all the way. I don't think dictating the tempo currently in an Arsenal shirt's a strong point of yours. If you start, who cares? We got good questions, right? Eze, Wanyeri, Odegaard. Nobody don't give a monkeys who's out there. They're all quality. We didn't thrive with Marino up top at the bridge, so I think we won't do that one. Good point, to be fair. I feel Arteta is doing banduli with these injury doubts. Probably, I hope so. I'd rather him be lying to us and we're stressing now when we see them than if he's actually being honest. This game is too soon for Kai to start, probably. Start Martinelli as a centre striker, then bring Gyokeres second half. I'll be amazed if Martinelli starts through the middle tomorrow, based on what we become accustomed to with this Mikel Arteta system. Stranger things have happened. I don't know Mikel Arteta from nowhere. He might be trying to, but I very much doubt he's going to change his whole system to play Martinelli through the middle. That's the only way Martinelli's going to bang as a striker in this current dynamics. I'm hoping Sweden don't qualify for the World Cup under Potter, and Gyokeres can have a summer of grinding some real fitness. I'll allow this season. I'll cut you some luxuries this season, but I won't quite say I allow it. I'm auditing every performance. You do well, you're done though. You look shaky, we're asking questions. So yeah, man, that's where I'm going, man. Every single fan who ain't us hates us and wants us to fail. You know that, right? Fuck them. We fail. What's the worst they can say? Oh, you bottled it again. We've been here before. Forget them. If you're not, I don't even care about a lot of Arsenal fans' opinions, let alone rivals, man. Like, can't lose sleep over them. What I want to lose sleep of is, I can't sleep. I got so much anxiety. We got the Prem, we got the champs, and all of these things. Arsenal playing same time as AFCON semi. Jarring, bro, because we would have done a watch along. I'm nervous with Lewis Skelly starting. I'm not. I back Lewis Skelly all the way. But what he needs to do is get back to it, innit? Go to sleep early today. Look a bit more fresh. I back Skelly, man. Form is temporary, class is permanent. Don't erase what you've done in the past. But again, you're only as good as your last game. And even Portsmouth, there were some shaky moments, man. Skelly, you can do this. You can handle adversity. You've had this. Your career's been this so far. England debut, you know, doing what you did against City, doing what you did against Real Madrid, starting week in, week out, new deal, you know, could be forgiven for assuming you was the first choice left back. Now life is, you know, you've got in the room. How do you stay in the room? Calafiori, you know, an experienced, well, actually last season, excluding Wanyeri and Miles Lewis Skelly, Calafiori was actually the youngest in our squad, but a significantly more experienced individual than yourself, signed for multi-millions, hasn't put a foot wrong. Nkapie's come in now. It's very difficult to expect fireworks when people aren't playing on a regular basis, but unfortunately, this is what happens. So it's a new test. I back the young player all the way. Get with it. And football's a fickle game, man. You know, everyone's, oh, Lewis Skelly, this, that, the other. I'm not saying you necessarily, but he starts playing well in the next couple, nobody cares anymore. You see how much, you know, people that worship Saka, drawing him out now. He scores in the next two, he's amazing. 1 minute you're a hero, then you're a villain, innit? Should we see specifically what the gaffer has said? Kai looked good in his cameo. Did he look good, or are we just starved of stuff? I did think Odegaard tried to find him consistently. He did look good, but is it actually good, or is it like we ain't really used to seeing our striker in the box and whatnot, and we ain't seen Kai Havertz for time? I don't know, people. Once again, those two, Nkapie and Calafiori, are not available yet, and others that we have are Willie, obviously Saliba and Trossard. On Nkapie's scan, we don't know yet. You know what? I reckon Nkapie might be there, you know. That sounds like the language. I don't know, but that seems like when Arteta, sometimes you can clock when Arteta is chatting shit and he's probably doing this press conference and trying to keep a straight face. On Calafiori, to be brutally honest, We were told mid-January in it, so this next 2-week period, I don't expect it anytime soon. And it's a shame because obviously injuries happen. And Calafiori, like, we're definitely accustomed to you being injured a lot more than you have been at this year. But it kind of stops you in your track. And I always feel like you was in a good moment, you had momentum. It's kind of stopped in it. It's like the car stopped, and you got to get that back again, people. But this is where Lewis Skelly, Hincapié, we need pressure for spots. Not saying that they haven't done that, but you play out of this world, Calafiori might have to sit down on the bench. That's what we want, no? Even though for me, Calafiori's back, he plays. And I always say I don't really give up monkeys if it's Miles Lewis Skelly, Hincapié, Calafiori. I fucking love all of them at this football club, man. He's progressing, but we don't know. I think it'll be a matter of weeks probably, but we don't know exactly when. Those two are doubts once again on Saliba and Trossard. Max is very similar to Mosquera as well. Very similar injuries, very similar timeframes, and both are evolving really well. But they're not yet training, so they're still a few weeks away. It's upsetting to hear. Calafiori doesn't get the ratings he deserves in terms of improvements. He used to get spun on the wing sometimes, but he fixed that quick. Now, man, he's just a wild horse causing mayhem. The Italian ball in a China shop. Victor Osimhen is what we need. I love Osimhen, but there's clearly, well, I don't know. I'd love to ask Andrea Berta and all the equivalents of Andrea Berta at all these football clubs in Europe, because in terms of talent and ability and the striker market and what Osimhen is, it seems like a no-brainer for clubs, but nobody's touched it with a barge pole, innit? So, yeah, man. DG, people need to understand that most of the press is not your friend. They're looking for a quote to exploit, and you should never give ops early info. Arteta is perfect in presses in other ways. It's true, but in this day and age, everybody knows everybody. Everybody can get some level of info. And I would say for Arsenal, why do you think, obviously I've been in the press box, there's a reason these guys get to ask these questions, because they don't ask difficult ones. They're just happy, oh, no. So you are right, but I don't know if it applies in this case, if it makes sense. No, he looked good. Not a starving thing, bro. He generally looked tidy. No, he did look good. I thought it was good. Great slipped ball into a player. Had multiple shots blocked, but good positioning. Nelly only gets joy through the middle when Jesus is on, because Jesus likes to drift out wide or drop very deep into midfield and fullback passes. Those tabs are crazy. You must be new here, man. You must be new here, DG. Liverpool's coming for the league. Okay, make sure you win it, or we're not the only ones that have bottled. Skelly just needs to adapt. We don't invert the left back like we used to in a few months ago. Do you know what? Against Liverpool, that's the first time it was evidently clear to me. You're trying to make him play like a traditional left back at the time, where you're killing the pros to the cons of a centre mid learning the tricks and trades there. So yeah, it needs to get back to it. DG running audits like HMRC in April out here. 31st of January, but I hear it. Everyone has dips in form. MLS will bounce back. MLS is still young. He'll only improve. I think swap Nelly with Eze. It's just because Nelly's a wild horse. I want to ping their fullbacks back. And even that with Reece James. Are they going to play Reece James in midfield? Are they going to play him right back? Is he going to invert from right back? I don't know, man. Even some of our own fans want us to fail. That's how much we're hated. I think that's sad, you know. Like, there's fans that, because they don't like the manager. And I'm not even saying you have to be an apologist. Like, you'd rather you'd be right about him not getting over the line. There's a lot of people that wouldn't be that. It's sad, man, but this is why I say, Jalen, I don't really care, bro. If that's what they think, that's what they think. One thing we're not going to do no more in 2026 is argue with idiots or argue with ignorance. Like, if that's what you think, that's what you think, innit? Like, it is what it is. On Kai Havertz, obviously, we missed him a lot. A year is a very long time in football, but as you said, the way he's come back, he looks fit, really confident. He's such an intelligent player that straight away he's someone who connects with the players really naturally. You can tell how much they love him as well, because every time he was in and around the box, everyone was jumping on their seats on the bench. So yeah, we are so happy to have him. He's going to help us so much. Now we have to keep him fit. One of Martinelli's goals that he scored from a corner, it was interesting to see Gyokeres celebrating and Gyokeres talking to Nicholas Hover. Your time's coming, man. Your time's coming, Gyokeres. It's coming, man. Give me 10 Premier League goals, man. Please, Gyokeres. I need this to work. Only if he's ready to start against Chelsea. We have to manage his minutes now, but he had a good block of 20-25 minutes the other day. He trained really well again today. It's now a case of building his robustness and making sure he's available for every game. So that's not ruling him out. It's not saying he is. Is it probably more realistic to think, you know what, Kai Havertz has more of a chance of keyword starting against Nottingham Forest, and it's a Gyokeres thing tomorrow? On playing Liam Rezner in the 2014 FA Cup final. I've seen pictures of that. That's the beauty of football, you know. Two very different careers, but at the end, facing each other tomorrow at Stamford Bridge in the semi-finals. I was at 2014 FA Cup final, mate. On if he knows Liam well, no. I know people that have worked with him. Oddly, I know people that have been very close to him in his journey, especially as a coach. They talk really highly of him. So, yeah, wish him all the best apart from tomorrow, obviously. bro. Big up Liam, but I just care about Arsenal stuff. I don't give a monkeys about Chelsea. On learning from last year's semi-final, I don't know what was worse, the game at the Emirates or the game at St James's. It feels like St James's, man, because they kebabbed us and we were just playing like we were drunk anyways. Football gives you another chance. We've been really consistent again in the competition. And now we have to knock another big team out of the competition to be in the final. And that's the mission. Hopefully, we'll learn from last year because it was painful, especially in the manner that the games went and the amount of chances that we missed not to go through. But hopefully, this year we are better and hopefully more efficient. To be fair, the game at Newcastle in the first leg, we didn't kill we had chances in that game at the Emirates. Take your chances, man. On if progressing in the League Cup helps us in other competitions. Where are you lot at with that? Does it help you progress in other competitions? Is it irrelevant? Let me know, man. Where you lot at? Saka left wing, Martinelli up front, Jesus right wing. I'm not on that, man. That Liam Brain on nothing can just tell Arteta smoking him tomorrow. Arteta capping, he's the one who got Liam sent off. Then we won the FA Cup. So we have more centre forwards than we need now. Though I'll pick Marino anytime. Let's get the likes up. Come on, chat, man. We're going to be on the raid forever. Some of our fans say we are shit and bottlers, yet expect us to win the league. Make it make sense. It's hard to say whether our striker issues are quality issue or tactical issue. For me, our options aren't good enough, even though I've got time for all of them. I literally think it's 50-50, man. Man said Osimhen, allow it. Damn. It can't be in terms of ability with Osimhen. Why you're saying that? It can't be. It can't be. Ability is cool. I don't know him, but attitude, wages, signing on fee. There might be some underlying injury issues that nobody, unless you're privy to that info, knows. There's respectfully for the striker market being dead, everybody being on Osimhen, Osimhen being like one of the standout names, it being widely expected you're going to leave Napoli. How do you end up in Turkey? Respectfully to Galatasaray, I don't know. Well, the more you're involved in these kind of games, the better it gives you a nudge. It brings the team a different kind of energy. It gives you the sense that objective is very, very close. And that's a massive motivation for everyone. So we know that we are 2 games away from playing the final. We have to go game by game. The first one is at Stamford Bridge. On Noni Madueke's performance against Portsmouth, he was very positive in some aspects. Very, very positive. And some other things that we need to improve in terms of consistency. But the level of threat he provides to the team, I think, is remarkable. Ongoing far in this competition, folks. I know that to do that, you have to be better than the opposition tomorrow, and that's what we have to do. The rest is not in our control, so prepare the game really well. The boys are really motivated at it because we can sense that's where we want to be, and we have to make another step in order to achieve what we want, and that's the objective tomorrow. Anyone disagree with what the gaffer is saying on that occasion? I don't know. So yeah, what else have we got? On team selection, well, I think in my case, we cannot do that because obviously players have to be available to pick them there. And I don't believe in players for competitions. I believe we have competition and we want to compete in all competitions with the best moments of the players that we have at our resource. And that's what we're trying to do. Bro, I don't care about the Chelsea manager praising us, man. Stop asking about him. Big up Per Mertesacker, who's departing at the end of the season from his role as head of academy. Well, it's been 15 years at the club. We were teammates, we were friends, we were captains together. We shared an incredible project together in a different role. Him as an academy director, me as a manager. So I enjoy every minute of it. I think he's someone that I think transmits the value of this football club, its ambition, and everything that is related to it in the best manner. So very thankful. We had a great time together, and for sure as well, he's made that decision. And I wish him the best of luck for the next chapter, because I'm sure he's going to be a success. On if he remembers winning the League Cup, giving City a boost when he worked there. Yeah, as I said, when you get to this stage in the competition, you get to the final, you get over the line and win it. It brings energy, it brings belief, and a sense that everybody is very important and playing a part of that. So yeah, I think it's something when you get there and win it, everyone remembers. And if not, nobody does. So once you get there, get the job done. On our squad depth, at the end, we have to try to manage the squad and individuals in the best way. I think we're sharing the minutes while we remain very, very competitive. That's what we have to try to do tomorrow. Tomorrow, we have another opportunity with players that will start and finish the game. And it will continue like this until May, because there's going to be games every 3 days. On what he needed to help transform the club from the position that we're in and the perception that we have as well internally and socially about where the club was in every sense, and to bring it to the very, very top in every level and win a lot of big trophies. There you have it. Win a lot of big trophies. Big up Xabi Alonso. I do not care if it don't relate to Arsenal. On Calafiori, it's a muscular injury. On helping Saka become more robust. Well, every position brings challenges and opposition learns from it as well. And they try to obviously stop you in the most efficient way. And you need to have solutions against each opponent to be efficient to beat them. I think the way that he has consistently Sorry, I'm reading two things. I think the impact that he has consistently is remarkable. I mean, it's very difficult to see a player playing this position constantly doing what he's doing. It's great for the team as well and the players around him to support that. But I think again, this season has been really good on not having goalkeepers for certain competitions. Well, it's because at the end, our job and my job is to prepare the team the best possible way to win the competition. Every competition that we're in, every game is different. Every game requires different qualities and players. The players have moments when they're really high, when they don't have much confidence and minutes, and every case is different. And the keepers on top of that is a very particular case as well, because obviously they have less opportunities than other players to play throughout every week. But we have to try to treat them in that sense. On the style of his centre forwards, depending on the opposition, if we play against a low block, and you have that line that drops, you have no presence in the box. So I think every opposition requires a different analysis and qualities. But Gabby is not the only one to drop as well. He has many others like Viktor and Kai. That's interesting. What do you not make it that? On what it would mean to win the League Cup, I will tell you when that happens. So at the end, it's about how I feel towards putting everything that we have to win it. And I feel, again, really motivated. We're looking forward to a big game tomorrow and how we're going to behave in these scenarios to achieve what we want. On if we have to win the League Cup. I understand that, but there are a lot of clubs that have to. I think it's going to be one in each, and the rest won't do it. So we'll try and do our best. What have we made of that, people? What have we made of that? What is SLD? So I am dyslexic. Look at this guy, SLD. You're horrible, lad. You're fuck off, man. Like, man, I'm mocking my dyslexia. I don't deserve this. You guy, man. You think you can buzz me? You guy, man. I'm not returning now. You lot fucking do this to yourself. Everyone's got jokes, yeah. Everyone's got jokes. Is this what you're not doing? You've got jokes? I'm not returning. SLD, you're going to get done like a Bambi. And you think, oh my days. The worst is when you lot buzz me and I didn't see it coming. The way the smile just got wiped off my face. Fuck you muppet. I don't deserve that. I didn't deserve that. Prick. I hate the fact that it's funny as well. Whoa, you're not laughing. It's not even the fact that he said there's people laughing. What's funny? You're not laughing, yeah? Okay. I'll get all of you lot back. Every one of you. You're all clocked. What names have we got? Chris, you're laughing, yeah? Chris, you're laughing. Karma, you're laughing. And there's probably one of you laughing that ain't commented. Unexpected high bills due. If you smash the like button, then that combats it all, people. But yeah, let's move on. Twat. Anyways, Arsenal have been drawn against Wigan in the FA Cup fourth round. In case you've been living under a rock, I think I got no basis of this, but I think Nwaneri's going to source in that game. Don't ask me how I got there. I firmly got 2 + 2 = 10 in this regards, people. I don't know why I said that or where I got there. That's just what I believe, people. No player has recorded more Premier League goals, 57, assists, 48, goal involvements, 105, chance created, 388, big chance created, 72, or shots 481 than Saka since his debut in 2019. And this is who you lot wanna draw out. I'm not talking about the fair question marks. I wanted to see performances. This is who you lot are. This is how some of you Arsenal fans are fixing your mouth to chat nonsense. You don't deserve Saka. You know, you deserve more than 300 bags. You deserve 300 million bags a week, man. Saka, Boombaye. What do you lot make of this, people? Because Paul Parker said, Eze was outstanding last season. I think he was the best attacking midfielder in the Premier League. I think that freedom has been taken away from him by Mikel Arteta since going to Arsenal. They brought him for what he was delivering, and then when they got him, they tried to get him to do something different. He's always going to have to change what you're doing to a slight degree anyways. It doesn't make sense for that kind of money. But then, that's actually, you could offer your opinions on that. That's not what I was here for. By January the 13th, 2025, Eze had 10 GA and had played 1,689 minutes. By January the 13th, 2026, Eze has 9 GA and has played 1,690 minutes while playing Champions League football. He's delivering at the same pace as last season while playing on a more complex system and in different roles where he's not always the main man. What do you lot make of that, people? Food for thought, people. What's Mikel Marino said? He says Arsenal's squad are buzzing to have Kai back. I mean, buzzing to have all the boys back. What has he said specifically? Mikel Marino. You know what? I think Mikel Marino is the most underappreciated player at Arsenal. And my unpopular opinion, yeah, this is probably for another vid. I don't think we've got bad players. I do feel when I look in midfield and up front, there's not a lot of, none of them are bad players. But I think collectively, there's too many squaddy kind of players, if that makes sense. But that's just a hot take. The man himself has said, we're all buzzing for him to come back after a big injury. To have him around is so good for everyone, for the atmosphere in training, for the support that he gives us as well in training, in the training ground. Having him around every training session. And now having him on the pitch is one more asset, one more tool for the coach. We're really happy for him. Is that it? I thought he said more. It sounds like a dream. There's still a long way to go. We're now focused on the next game that's coming. But obviously, we have those big goals in our mind. You can see the depth in the squad. The hunger is there to win trophies. It's there for a long time. Sometimes it's a matter of details. It's a matter of situations, of minutes, of moments that doesn't let you win. But the hunger has been there, and you can see it every training session. And it will be there until the end of the season. Everyone is involved. Everyone is going to be important at the end of the season. I'm not going to lie. Mikel Marino, you do sound like Mikel Arteta in that regards, people. But I'll make him right. People are crying about tabs. Can you not see them close? Are you not seeing? Are you not seeing? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Again, Arsenal have been linked with somebody, people. Arsenal transfer news. Gunners make contact for Brazilian wonder kid amid Mark Gurhey push. Arsenal being linked with a number of January signings, including a Brazilian wonder kid and England international, with the transfer window hotting up. Arsenal have just under 3 weeks to go to complete any January transfer business before the window closes at the beginning of February. Arteta's side are currently 6 points clear of City and are looking to win the Premier League title. The Gunners have had to play the role of bridesmaid rather than the bride in recent years, but are in pole position to get their hands on the title. Arteta's men are still fighting on four fronts and will take on Chelsea in the League Cup semi-final later this week, and are still in the FA Cup and the Champions League. Man United, how many trophies are you lot still in? Scrolling all the way down, Arsenal asks about Brazilian gem. TNT Sports in Brazil claims Arsenal have inquired about a young Brazilian star, Breno Bidon, following early reports that suggest the Premier League outfit have made contact with Corinthians. The report claims the Gunners have also made contact with T Sports, the agency that represents the 20-year-old midfielder, to discuss his current situation and the possibility of a move in the future. It makes sense because we are getting linked with a lot of youngish kind of centre mids rather than level raisers, more complementary guys in the squad. So there could be an element of truth. Just by looking at them on YouTube, looks solid technically, looks a bit lightweight. It adds that no figures were discussed, with Arsenal now joining Man United and Chelsea in inquiring about the Brazilian playmaker. The Corinthians boss said earlier this year, he's a very important player. If I'm honest with you, I wouldn't like to lose any player. We need to find balance so we can have a strong squad throughout the year. That is our biggest challenge. There are widespread reports both Liverpool and Arsenal are pushing to sign Mark Gurhey ahead of the summer transfer window. There's also rumours Gurhey wants around 200 grand a week. If that's the case, I don't think Arsenal are getting you personally, because I think from a sporting point of view, I actually think there's, regardless of Saliba and Gabriel, I think you get plenty of football. But considering what we might do in the market, in the summer market, Saka's obviously been given a new deal. On paper, you've still got Kai Havertz's wage, and there's rumours of a contract renewal. You still got Jesus. I can't see us wanting to do that for Gurhey, people. I don't know, people. But the England international will be available on a free transfer, as we all know. His contract at Palace is said to run out. Mikel Arteta allegedly is a big fan. Bayern Munich are also reportedly in talks. Man City are happy to make him an important proposal this season. You know what? Are you going to get ahead of Guardiola and Diaz? Apparently, Stones and Ake will be leaving Man City, so there's also that. We'll have to see, man. I mean, we ain't learned nothing there with Gurhey that we weren't told before. What's Mikel Marino said here? Is there anything new here? Oh, so we've gone over this. Well, we never saw this bit. Every game matters for us. It doesn't matter if it's the League Cup, the FA Cup, or a friendly. It's not only about the competition we're playing for. It's just that we're playing for the badge. We're playing for our reputation. Every game we wear this shirt, we have to do our best. We have to win. We have to put in a good performance. So the main thing is to show that we are Arsenal, that we are ready to compete every single time, and the rest will take care of itself. Winning every game is the end goal. We have to focus on doing our best. That's the main thing. And then we do our best. We know we're going to be close to winning every game. But obviously, in the end, if you don't win, the rest seems like it doesn't matter. But we focus on ourselves, on doing our best, and showing the best capacity that we have. We've already gone over those Kai Havertz comments, people. You know what? We ain't seen these parts as well. And now having him on the pitch is one more asset, one more tool for the coach. We're really happy for him. You can see the depth in the squad. Obviously, when you make so many changes, sometimes it can be tricky because we're not used to playing with each other, and those connections are very, very important. But at Portsmouth, you saw a team full of quality, a team full of attitude and hard work, and that's the good thing. Everyone is involved. Everyone is going to be important at the end of the season, and we all have to be ready on our toes because games come thick and fast, and you never know when it's going to be your time, which is also true. What else have we got? Still the Mark Gurhey stuff. Arsenal are making a real push to sign Gurhey. Have you said anything new here? No, apart from City like him, Liverpool like him, Arsenal like him, Bayern Munich like him. We ain't learned anything there. Keeping it moving. Gunner Blogger said, at present, there's no urgent need for Arsenal to enter the transfer market. However, that's not to say sporting director Andrea Berta will have a month off as he's already drawing up plans for the summer window, as he should, and as probably everyone is. It remains to be seen whether Mark Gurhey would be prepared to join Arsenal, where he would have to compete with an established defensive duo of Gabriel and Saliba. But you'd get that at City on paper with Diaz and Guardiola. Obviously, Konate's contract is running down. Van Dijk's not going to be there to ever. Van Dijk's going to have a year left on his deal, but let's just assume Konate stayed or Liverpool bring in another centre-half and they got Van Dijk. It's not guaranteed you're going to play there. Linked with Bayern Munich and Real Madrid, it goes without saying what's there. I'm surprised Chelsea, I don't know how attractive he might see them. He was there before. I don't know why Chelsea don't throw their hat into the ring, because I think Gurhey would entertain it. He's got obviously a Cobham boy. Would you back yourself playing? You should back yourself regardless, but Van Dijk and Konate. Obviously, Gabriel and William Saliba, whoever the hell Real Madrid got, well, they ain't got a manager at the moment. Whoever the hell Bayern Munich got, Chelsea and who is Chelsea's best defender? They're all meaty. Levi Colwill is cold, but he's injured. Their best defender is Reece James, and he's not a centre half. So it all depends. Is there anything new where Arsenal's concerned here as well? Have we learned anything? Still making me cry, man. Saliba and Trossard are doubts to face Arsenal. Not face Arsenal, face Chelsea. Oh, scary. So yeah, Gurhey is wanted by City, Liverpool, and Arsenal, but the England international is likely to move abroad in a surprising twist. Really? According to Foot Mercato, Barcelona, or is that Bayern? Oh, sorry. Bayern are seen as the likeliest destination, people, and he's holding out for a move to the Bundesliga. And City are trying to step up claims to get him to the football club. Arsenal have reportedly agreed that Ben White will not be sold during the transfer window of January. The 28-year-old's falling down the pecking order. What pecking order? Timber's just better than him, but clearly you can see we need Ben White, and he needs to stay here this year. Been linked with City, been linked with Everton. It's a myth. Obviously, we've been linked with Livramento. In the summer, as much as I love Ben White, could you throw him into the ring? Brooke Norton-Coffey's drawing interest from Everton. Big him up and Juventus, actually. Since leaving Arsenal, he's done well. If he leaves, we've got a sell-on clause, so we'll get some money there. Once again, we're linked with Tino Livramento, who's picked up another injury as well. What the hell is that? Is that his name? Valentino. Fair enough. I never knew your whole name was Valentino. He has just 2 years left on his deal, people, where Ben White's concerned. And I think the same goes for the Newcastle fullback. The only thing about Livramento is injuries. Other than that, if it was just ability and quality, great. What's this? More nonsense for us. More nonsense for. Oh, what have I done there? How do you get that off this? Okay, I ain't seen this before, so I'm gonna. Right, you can split. Swear down, you can have two. I never knew you could do this. Swear down, you can do this. You learn something new every day. I never knew you could do that. You could split screen. Nobody told me about that. No one told me this technology thing. But anyways, Mikel Arteta wants to sign Mark Gurhey on a free this summer. We know that. Is anyone going to offer anything new? Arsenal see a possible transfer as a huge market opportunity and therefore eager to compete for Gurhey's signature this summer. If a January move doesn't happen, we're ready to battle it out. Football Transfers has also been informed that Gurhey's potential arrival wouldn't affect the futures of any Arsenal current players. But to have Miles Lewis-Skelly, Hincapié, Calafiori, Gurhey, Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, on paper, Ben White, Mosquera, bro, we're stopped. Probably Ben White leaves. I actually think Gurhey could play fullback for us. So yeah. Sources have explained that the club's long-term plan for Miles Lewis-Skelly is to return to his natural position in midfield, with Calafiori and Hincapié competing for a left-back berth. Arteta then wants to bring in Gurhey to battle with Magalhaes for a starting position as the left centre-back, with Saliba and Mosquera in contention for the other central defensive spots. And these guys can all play about. Mosquera, I genuinely thought Mosquera would have got a run at right-back this season by now. So yeah, once again, Arsenal are in talks to sign the Corinthians midfielder Breno Bidon. Teams in Portugal and Italy are all looking at him, people. Can't say I see this happening. We all knew Gabriel Jesus weren't returning to no Brazil in January. Although, have you not seen Paqueta's looking to go back there, people? So, be interesting. We've gone over that. There's rumors Cole Palmer is being linked with Man United. There's rumors Chelsea actually want to sell him, but there's rumors he won't be there for Arsenal. If he's not there for the Arsenal game tomorrow, yeah, I'm gonna like he's ducking us, you know. He's ducking us. I'm telling you, Cole Palmer, you're shook. You're genuinely shook. I don't blame you. It's big bad Arsenal. What's this? Still that Chelsea making a bid for Valverde. Get involved, Arsenal. Get involved in that. Would you lot try and sign James Trafford from City? Ryan's not gonna be here forever. And I was watching El Clasico, yeah. Arteta, you're a maniac. You really tried to give us Raya and Garcia. Do you know how devilish that would have been? Mertesacker's a big loss, so I'm not going to go over that. What's this? Arsenal talent of the century offered to Real Madrid for 100 million euros as Vinicius Junior replacement. I mean, Klopp called Martinelli talent of the century. Yeah. Well, you're not going to offer Gemma Collins as a replacement for Beyonce, are you, mate? But anyways, this is just nonsense, isn't it? Simultaneously, we are actually being linked with a move for Vinicius Jr. as well, people. This is 1,000,000%, billion, trillion percent BS. Apparently, Xabi Alonso was vexed at Real Madrid because they didn't sign Martin Zubimendi, people. And you can see they need a 6. We're still being linked with Arda Güler. Sources close to Arda Güler have delivered a definitive update to Team Talk over the future of the Real Madrid sensation, with Arsenal the heaviestly linked of the trio of Premier League clubs for the highly rated Turkey international. They will do exactly what they did with Odegaard before they let him go permanently. Obviously, money talks, but surely it makes sense a year or two on loan if he genuinely ain't going to get football like that, people. He started 20 games as well, so I'm sure he would have taken that in August. He apparently wants to commit his future to Real Madrid. His current deal expires in 2029, so he's got a minimum 3 years on that. We're always going to get linked with Arda Güler, innit, really? So it's just hella BS where this is concerned. What's this? Darren Bent says Miles Lewis Skelly looks vulnerable. Less said that, man. 49, Lewis Skelly can do no wrong. The veteran who doesn't let standards drop. We don't need to be told this. Big up Norgard anyways, man. So yeah, let's see if there's any other news where Arsenal's concerned. What's this? This is a video, innit? Ain't that agile? Best images. Let's see if maybe we could do some detective work. Big up Marley Salmon. You'll probably be on the bench. Big up Saka and Marino. Noni, Kai, if you feel like scoring against your old team, that's great with us. Oh. They grow up so fast when Yeri and Miles Lewis Skelly in it. Fucking hell. Big up the gaffer as well. Nah, Trafford's dead. He's not dead. Caicedo don't want rice. He's on a keto diet. Caicedo always gets suspended before Arsenal too. He's on some Palmer ducking. Bro, to be fair, I don't want to see Caicedo because he's going to injure someone, man. Like, fucking shin kicking cunt. Techie DG. Richard, I try him, man. Man said I sounded like technically I'm an uncle to 3 people. Now you can split screens with even more tabs. Swear, you're right, you know. I never knew you could do that. You learn something new every day. I don't know how I did that, though. That was an accident. Let's press a button and see if it happens. I bet I can work this out. Have faith, people. Have faith. Add tab to new split view. Oi. But does it let you type? Is it going to move the one on the right? Oi. I'm sick. I'm well chuffed with that. I'm proud of myself. For that. Where's my shot glass? We're going to have a shot for that, people. We learned a new skill. Where's the shot glass? We're going to have a shot for that. It's got to be 6 p.m. somewhere. Where is the shot glass? Where is my shot glass? Where is the shot glass? There you go. No, that's not you. We'll use this. We're going to have a little shot, mate. Fuck it, I'm sick. I'm actually proud of I'm chuffed with that, you know. I can't lie, I'm chuffed. In life, be happy of your own achievements, you know. I'm chuffed. Salut. There we go. I'm chuffed with that. But how do you unlock it again? Swear down. Can you lock more things? Okay, let me stop. Wait. All right. Oh, you can only do that. Okay. We're live. How do you fix it back though? Okay. I'm sick. I've made it. DG has that golden eye quantum Crystal Stack Computer Man can edit 8K movie, still have 200 tabs open and still stream about a glitch. I wouldn't go that far, but I hear it. Man talking like PTSD and ish. Like what? What made man think we were really on to win the league? Damn. Man having nightmares about football he didn't even train for. What's going on? Reading is actually pretty hard to do for the brain. It's not a natural thing we do. Have to be taught exclusively how to do that. Hey, big up yourself, boy, defender. Stop it, bro. We got this. All right, big up the super chat. Didn't even realize that. H, appreciate you, bro. I'm getting nightmares every night about us botting in the league. I keep waking up crying, bro, because rival fans bantering us is so hard. First, I would say, and this is all from a place of love, put your fucking big boy boxes on. What are you letting man make you cry for? What are you living and breathing by rivals of validation? And again, anything can happen. You be fearless this season. If we don't win, it's going to hurt. We're back in familiar territory. There are going to be conversations, but that should free you. What can they say about our football club, or what can happen that ain't happened? What's the worst that can happen that ain't really happened? Arsenal finish second again, don't win trophies again. Be fearless, man. Be fearless. Be fearless. Be fearless, man. I know there ain't nothing we can change, but don't in life. I try my best in this life now to not stress over what I can't control. I can get vexed, but at the end of the day, I'm not the manager. I'm not the players. I'm not the man upstairs. Hopefully, all the stars, pardon me, align, man. Once Eze gets refined by Arteta, he's going to be a beast. Eze needs to pattern that freedom debate is nonsense. Wanyeri, Gabby, Martinelli, Trossard were always super subs to me. Game changers off the bench. That Wigan draw is a nice one. Not going to lie. Emirates as well. We got a Tranquillo, man. It's romantic, though, man. We're playing all the teams that used to be in the Premier League. Portsmouth. Now we got Wigan. Where Wigan? They got to be in League One. You're going mad, SLD. Quickly, one of my favorite YouTubers right now. Big up DG, the star shooter. Appreciate you, man. You're far too kind, man. If the chain gets snatched, it gets snatched. DG looks 19, but I think the numbers may be reversed, looking like how I teach my nan to use the internet. I'll take that. You know what? Black don't crack, but what do you want me to say? I ain't perfect. Me and technology is don't know what's going on, mate. So we're going to see a reduction in tabs. Can you not see them already? Like, I'm not being funny. Like, the icons are actually kind of big. In fact, we can close this. 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 We can't. We can close that because we've done the video. What's this? What's this? We've done the video. We can close that. We need that. Can close that. Can close that. What's this? Can close that. What's this? Need that. What's this? Oh, wait. I might want to read this. Fuck that, man. I don't want no one pilot. It's my striker. Gyokeres, I'm with you to the end, man. I can't lie. I don't care, man. Nah, I don't care. Your first touch can be scrubby, all these things. I'm with you to the end, man. I'm with you to the end. Will you go with Norgard and Gabriel tomorrow? I mean, I can take a draw because it's the Emirates next round. Hope you're good. Big up yourself, DJ, man. Oh, I don't want to take a draw. I don't want to take a draw. It depends. It depends on how we draw. It's like the same thing I was saying with Liverpool. If it's we're giving as good as we're getting, Chelsea are on it, then fair enough, we walk away. But I want to win, man. I want to win because would you like if it's I don't know, man. I just want to win. I genuinely just want to win. I want to go there. Ideally, we get a couple of goals, we get the 3 points. The onus is on Chelsea to attack us at the Emirates because they're going out, pick them apart. We struggle against low blocks. You give us space, you're in trouble. That's a reason why we're a lot more clinical in the Champions League. So I want to take a draw, man. And obviously, the last time Chelsea were they were in a different moment in it, but when we played them, I think we were kind of the favourites. They were kind of a lot more fractured than us. You saw how they started versus how we started, so they're gonna be on it. But it's a different moment. There's a new manager. Don't know how they're gonna deploy, what formations they're gonna do, what he's going to do tactically. Don't know the sentiments surrounding Chelsea Football Club. Don't know how serious any Chelsea fan or match-going Chelsea fan wants to take the League Cup. The noise coming out from the respected journalists saying that they're on this, we don't really care. I don't think the players or the manager will share that because even if you're Liam, you might not be there forever. Look at Maresca. You got fired. But at the end of the day, you won two trophies and kept it moving. No super, Yok. They said Gyokeres looks like he's running through wet concrete. Well, you can have your Gyokeres. I don't care about your first touch, You're never Gyokeres, you're an ugly footballer. Real talk, you're an ugly footballer. Put the ball in the back of the net. I don't care about that. That's my strike. I don't care. We got pretty footballers. You want pretty shit? Odegaard and Eze got you, man. Just put the ball in the back of the net, keep it moving, do that, and we cut out from here, man. A draw tomorrow is a decent result, but we can easily beat them tomorrow if we turn up. If you ever get paywalled by news websites or something, I got the hookups. And I'd share that. Chelsea United are the same every season. All of a sudden, they want to turn up against us. Chelsea are getting banged same way. I hope they can, man. I want a hand of Gyokeres goal. I only learned about the split screen browser in December. It's still pretty new. I don't have a reason to use it anyways. Appreciate you, star, man. J to the world and about 876 in the building. We're going for the title all the way. H, remember in life, regardless if you win the league or not, you've never been turned at the gym by a big thing trying to better herself. Certain man can't say the same. Top Blue, you've got news. That threw me off still. That threw me off. But yeah, on that note though, people, there's no point boring you. I got some editing to be doing. So yeah, man, I got a Crumpty vid coming out later today. Make sure you got your notification bells on. We will be doing a watch along tomorrow. There is a video coming out surrounding Arsenal and goals. So make sure you're there, people. And on top of that, man, appreciate your talking points. You lot being here. You lot make the platform, in it. So without you lot, it's scrubby, in it. So yeah, leave a like, comment, and all of those good things. Most importantly, look after your family, stay in good health, and we link up again soon, man. One love. Always